Welcome back to the Tidarium Hangar. This is Mike, and I'm coming at you with another Vita video. And this time I'm asking a question, or making a statement, I guess you could say. But what do you like better, the Vita or the Switch at this point? So right now, April 2018, I'll just tell you straight up that I still play my Vita more than the Switch, and I like the Vita more than the Switch, and I'm going to tell you 5 reasons why, or however. And with that, let's get right into it. First thing I do want to say is that the Vita is a superior piece of hardware when it comes to processing power, when it comes to just abilities and what it can do. And the Vita has, the Switch has an extremely bright future and has done a lot so far in its short year, a little over a year life. But I still play my Vita more. And why? So first reason is options. Right now, you currently have more options with the Vita. You can get a Slim like this one. You can get different colors. You can get the original. There's the PlayStation TV, so you can still have sort of the similar kind of hybrid console. And so they're so similar in so many ways. But right now you have more options. Next thing I want to talk about is games. There are games galore for the Vita. I just grabbed a handful of each to show you. This is not an exact representation of percentage of games of each system. Anyway, there are still more games, more titles that have been produced for the Vita, and there's more coming out every day. You know, the Vita is actually being supported by the community more than developers and all that. So the community is demanding games be made. Games are still getting made. They're still getting released every week, it seems like, or at least every month there's a couple games getting released on the Vita. Now, a lot of it is a very niche market, but that's still alive in a way. I mean, you're not getting PlayStation 2 games re-released or anything like that, and you're not getting original Game Boy games or even original DS games released. You're still getting Vita games released. Next I want to talk about is the true actual portability. I mean, if you look at the size, it doesn't seem like it's that much bigger, but man, this thing being ported around is kind of a pain. Now, you can pull off the Joy-Cons, and it's a little easier. But the comfort of holding this, so much lighter and easier to play. And that's why I like my Vita, to tell you the truth. It's what I like Vita so much more for. And I say my Vita, I have a few. I like them all. But the Switch is a lot bigger, and that brings me into another video I'm planning on making, is the discussion surrounding what's next. Because you know they're going to have revisions. There's going to be better, and the Switch is going to beat the Vita down the road. No doubt. Third party's coming along. But right now, the Vita's still winning in my book. And that's my third reason. So the other fourth reason I'd say that I like the Vita better than the Switch right now is because of the homebrew or hacking or modding situation is so much easier on the Vita. And since it's pretty much a dead system, it's just not that big of a deal. I don't want the scene to be to the level of where the Vita is right now, because it will kill the Switch, and I don't want the Switch to get killed. I don't want it to go the way of the DS and only get garbage games, because the third party doesn't want to put any serious development money into it. I want AAA high quality games. My kids are looking forward to Fortnite on the Switch coming up, if they can make that a reality, and that'll get them off my PS4. Anyway, this so right now that is true. I mean, I do like having devices that I don't have to carry my actual Nintendo with me to play it. I like being able to play it on this. Switch doesn't even have the virtual store yet. So, I mean, there's people trying to figure a workaround so they can use their Switch as an all-in-one device, and they are not giving that to them yet. Now, I really don't want to pay $6 for a game that I already have 7. If some of them I have 11 copies of the original Nintendo game. I don't want to pay another $6 for it. I'd rather go another route. But anyway, that's not really what I'm talking about. I'm talking more about it is what I'm talking about. The ability and the scene is much greater with the Vita right now. Lastly, the last reason that I like the Switch better is because I really am a Sony fanboy. And I'm not going to lie about that. I like Sony more than Nintendo. I always pick up Nintendo products as kind of a side thing, have a handful of games, and it gets a little out of hand. But anyway, they got a lot of games, a lot of good games last year, a lot of games coming out this year. But they're not games I'm into so much. And, I played Zelda with the kids, and I played Mario, and I enjoyed those. But it's not like a game that I'm going to be playing every day. and it's just not where I'm after. I really want them to get some third party titles on there. I really like the Donkey Kong series. I mean, that's oddly enough that's my favorite on this on this device. So once they start banging out some of those better titles and more of them, Metroid, I can't wait for a Metroid. So there's things down the road, but right now, I mean, I've got some AAA quality games I like to go back and replay on the Vita, and there's and of course the PSP itself, I like it too. But right now, Vita wins still in my book. If you disagree with me, let me know. If you don't like, if you put a dislike, let me know why. I didn't hang around.